Assalamu alaikum, peace be with you, and a very warm welcome. Today, we're going to dive into something truly beautiful, a concept from the final verses of the 15th chapter of the Quran, Surah Al-Hijr. Let's start our journey together towards what the Quran calls gracious patience.
And this right here, this is our destination. Sabran Jamilan, or gracious patience. It's so much more than just putting up with hardship. It's about a state of profound, dignified calm. And believe it or not, the final verses of this chapter give us a kind of spiritual roadmap to get there. So the question is, how do we do it? Well, the path really begins with this powerful call to just be steadfast. It's about anchoring ourselves, looking back at the examples of those who walked this path before we ever did.
The guidance kicks off with this direct address to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He's being told to find his strength not all by himself, but by connecting with the legacy of the messengers who came before him, who all faced their own huge trials. It's this beautiful reminder that this struggle, it's part of a long-honored tradition. You're not alone in it.
Now, the verse uses a really special term here, ulu al-azm. This refers to the messengers of high resolve. We're talking about incredible figures like Noah, Abraham, Moses, and Jesus, peace be upon them all. By bringing them up, the Quran gives this powerful source of inspiration and solidarity. It's basically saying to the Prophet, and to us, hey, you are part of a lineage of unwavering faith. And then this idea of steadfastness is paired with something so beautiful, humility. The Prophet is told, don't rush the revelation, let it unfold in its own time. And then look at that powerful prayer, my Lord, increase me in knowledge. It just goes to show true strength isn't about thinking you know everything, but about always being willing to learn more. This really gives us such a powerful model for our own lives. The verses are showing that a strong spiritual foundation is built on two things: patience when you're facing challenges, and a humble, constant desire to grow in your understanding. It's a mindset that brings resilience together with an open heart. Okay, so we have this internal state of patience, but how is it supported? The verses show us it's through simple, powerful daily practices. This guidance isn't meant to just stay in the heart. It's meant to be lived out, woven right into our daily rhythms. And it starts with the very first moments of the day. This is a practical command, really. Make the remembrance of God the first thing you do when you wake up. It's all about setting a spiritual tone that's going to carry you through the rest of the day, literally transforming your mindset from the moment you open your eyes. And this illustrates such a core spiritual idea. Faith isn't meant to be some separate part of our lives. By weaving remembrance into a simple act like waking up, we can turn what seems like a boring routine into a conscious, beautiful act of worship and gratitude. This practice then gets extended into the quiet moments of the night. That phrase, at the ends of the stars, it just evokes that peaceful pre-dawn time that's so perfect for reflection. It's like it brackets our day, from the very first light to the last moments of darkness, with this conscious connection to the divine. So, with this foundation of steadfast patience and a daily practice of remembrance, the verses then offer us a powerful mental shield. This is the tool that protects the heart from all the distractions and the anxieties of the world. This is such a crucial piece of advice. It's a command to turn our gaze away, and not just physically, but emotionally, from envy. It asks us not to long for the temporary, glittering things that other people have, reminding us that a lot of that stuff is a test, not necessarily a reward. And here you can see the clear choice we're being asked to make. On one side, you've got the splendor of worldly life. It's described as transient, fleeting, and it's a form of trial. But on the other side, you have the provision of your Lord, which is defined as better and, most importantly, more enduring. It's about shifting our whole focus from temporary glitter to eternal spiritual wealth. So after building this foundation of steadfastness and remembrance, and having this focused perspective, the surah brings us to its stunning conclusion, the very concept we started with, gracious patience itself. And here it is, the final, profound command that just ties everything together. Fasbir sabran jamilan. After all that guidance, it all culminates in this one simple, yet incredibly deep instruction. This is the peak of our journey. It's so important to understand that this isn't just about gritting your teeth and pushing through something. Gracious patience is a beautiful state. It's about maintaining your composure, your dignity, and your grace, even when things are really, really hard. It's a patience that's free from despair and panic because it's rooted completely in a deep trust that there is a divine wisdom at play. So let's just quickly summarize the powerful, practical lessons from this passage that we can all try to apply to our own spiritual journeys. So here it is, kind of our spiritual toolkit for building that inner composure. We're encouraged to find strength in the legacy of the most resolute people, to always stay humble and keep learning, to frame our days with remembrance, to guard our hearts from envy by focusing on what actually lasts, and finally, to strive for that beautiful state of sabran jamilan, a dignified, truly resilient patience.
And that brings us to the end. I'd love to leave you with this question to just reflect on. In our fast-paced world that's always demanding instant results, how can we carve out a little space for this timeless virtue? What's one small, intentional way you can practice gracious patience in your own life this week? Something to think about. Thank you so much for joining me. Peace be with you.